People of purpose, what's going on? Is it Wednesday again? I think it is, and I am so happy to be back with you all. You already know what we say. Heavy on the W, heavy on the I, and heavy on the N. And I just love these days, y'all, because there's so many amazing messages that happen between last week and this week. And so we are still in our self-series, so we're going to continue with that. And the message today is simply, be the standard. What do you mean? A lot of times we look around and we see so much chaos, we see so much anger, we see so much nastiness, we see so much hate, we see so much jealousy. And the time that we take to talk about it and complain about it and grieve it and get upset and grow resentment, that's that same time that can be invested in actually changing the tone. You have the power to change the tone of what you're seeing. Now, we can't change the world in one day, but we can change our atmosphere. We can shift the rooms that we in. We can shift the moods. And ultimately, day by day, we can change the world if we decide that we're going to step up, stand up, and be the standard. Be the world you want to see. You desire more kindness, be kind. You desire more outreach and more giving, be giving. You want to see more authentic friendships. You want to be the lover girl, the lover boy, and be able to receive that warmth and that love. But you have to ask yourself, how much of that am I giving out? And sometimes to feel love, to feel warmth, to get, everything that you want to receive, what you want to feel, you gotta put it out there because it always comes back. And I know it's hard sometimes. I know it's hard when you look up and you feel like you're alone. I know it's hard when you feel isolated. I know it's hard to look at the news. I know that it's hard to feel like I just want me out of another person, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes you have to set the tone. Sometimes you have to set the temperature. Sometimes you have to show people what it looks like to be a good friend. Sometimes you have to show people what it's like to be a good partner. Sometimes you have to show people what love and compassion and empathy and being a person of your word looks like. Do not base who you are on how they are, right? Because at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to be a light. You owe it to yourself to shine. You owe it to the people that are assigned to you to always be in good form. And that doesn't necessarily mean perfect form. That doesn't necessarily mean that every day is going to be a good day. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. But every day you're being intentional about how you love, how you live, how you give, how you want to be received. And not so based on or stuck on how people perceive you, right? Because everybody has their own perception of who they think you are. But the facts are the facts. And when people see you giving and laughing and loving and being a person of your word, that's the facts, baby. Them ain't feelings, them facts, right? This is who you are. So continue to be of good cheer. Continue to be of good character. That love's gonna come back. God is watching, and whether you believe in him or not, that doesn't stop him from being real, and that doesn't stop him from being good. And you should think that way about yourself. Whether somebody believes that you're worth it or not, does that mean that you're not? Just because people aren't being warm and forgiving, does that mean that you shouldn't be, right? Set the tone, set the temperature, be the light, and be the standard, y'all. The world needs more love. The world needs more light. It's okay to be the one. It's okay to be the one. Let's be the standard. Let's shift the culture. Let's shift the atmosphere. Let's keep shifting. All right?